आगे बच्चे. Hello students.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All of you are present now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So have you done sums which were given to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Finish,
So
sir.
what is the doubt? Do you people have doubt? Any doubt in the homework? Hello.
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Nobody has doubt. Very good. Now coming.
Sir, I have doubt in
Tell.
Sir, I have doubt in equivalent sets. Can you give example of them? Like equal set and equivalent sets. Difference. Like I'm waiting for.
Okay. See here on the board. Equivalent set. Equivalent set. I will give one example. Set A is. Hello. Okay. Tell student. Hello. Tell me. Somebody was saying something. Is it okay? Hello.
Nothing, sir.
Nothing. Okay. Set A is, suppose set A is 1, 2, 3, 4. Set B is A, B, C, D. Then what we can say about set A and set B? According to you people, whether set A and B are equal sets, are they equal?
No.
They're not equal because in set A, element 1 is there. Where is 1 here? No. So they cannot be equal. Equal sets means same element should be present in both the sets. But we can say these two sets are equivalent. Why? Because in set A there are 4 elements. In set B also there are 4 elements. So number of elements are equal. So they are not equivalent sets, not equal sets. Tell me
Okay.
what else?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Hmm.
Sir, in the Sapiens study material, there's something about disjoint sets.
So I have to come there. Still, I have not reached that place. So I will teach now. So let's
Okay,
start.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I think all of you can hear me, and you people don't have doubt in equal set and equivalent set. Next one is subset. What I have written on the board, subset. What do we mean by the concept called subset? So I will write the definition, then I will teach you subset. Definition, you people also simultaneously write down. If all the elements of set A, if all the elements of set A are also the elements of set B, if all the elements of set A are also the element of set B, then we say that set A is subset of set B, and write it as A. Mathematically, how we write A subset of B. This is the meaning of this is the way to represent A is subset of B. So now I will give an example, then I'll explain. Example is, let's set A is 4, 5, 7. Set B is 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you can see clearly all the elements of set A are also the element of set B. Means in set A there is 4, 5, 7. And in set B also 4, 5, 7 element is there. Apart from that, other elements are also there. But all the elements of set A are also the element of set B. Then we say This is the symbol of implies. Implies set A is subset of set B. If all the elements of set A are also present in set B, then we say set A is subset of set B. Okay, so ask some doubt. Copy and ask some doubt. Shall I repeat again?
Sir, so A is a subset of B, so we have to write A first.
If A is subset of B, we write this way: A subset of B. If all the elements of set A are also present in set B, then we say A subset of B, and mathematically we write it as A subset of B.
Sir, sir, are equal sets subset of each other?
Equal sets are subset of each other.
Okay, sir.
So a null set is a subset of any
Very
set,
good,
right?
very good. Null set is subset of all the sets. I'll teach more. This all I will teach now, but whatever I have taught in that you have doubt, you can ask me. Or anything you can ask, no problem. Have you copied from the board?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now, as the people have told 2-3 things, I'll tell you. You can write note. Note means you can say first note is null set is, like one girl told me, null set, this note, null set is subset of all the sets. Null set is subset of all the sets. Second note is every set is subset of itself. Every set is subset of itself. So you know that it is quite easy to understand that every set is subset of itself, because if I say A is 4, 5, 7, so obviously 4, 5, 7 are again present in A, so we can say A subset of A. Two things I told you: null set is subset of all the sets, and every set is subset of itself. In these 2 points, you can ask some doubt. Students, you can ask something. Hello? Are you people there?
Sir, no doubt, sir.
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
No, sir.
Now, I will write all the subset of one set. I'll write one example. Like, suppose the question is, write, you also can write the question, write all the subsets of set A is equal to 1, 2, 3. This is set A, 1, 2, 3. I am going to write all the subset of set A. So answer is set A is 1, 2, 3. So what are the various subset of set A? But what happens, student? Subset are also set only. Subset are also set only. So suppose I write the name A1. So first subset of A will be, you can say, the set which contains element 1. Now we have two sets. Set A, which is 1, 2, 3, and set A1, which contains only one element 1. So obviously you people also agree that set A1 is subset of A, because all the elements of set A1 is present in set A. One more subset is the set which contains only 2. I will come again and attend your doubt. Wait, set subset 3, third is 3. I can write more subsets, 1, 2. Now you can see the fourth subset which contains the element 1, 2. Even this is subset of set A, because 1, 2 is present in A4 also, 1, 2 is present in A also. So obviously A4 is subset of A. This way I can write more subsets. I can make proper combination 2, 3. A6 is 1, 3. And as we know, null set is subset of itself. So here we should write null set also. And every set is subset of itself. So I should write the set A again. So total we got 8 subset of set A. We cannot get further more subset of this set. So here these are the all possible subset of set A. Every time you have to write null set because null set is subset of all the sets. And you have to rewrite the set itself because every set is subset of itself. So I have written all the subset of set A. You can ask some doubt now.
Sir, so there are limited subsets only.
Limited subset. There's a formula also which I'm going to write now. First you write this, copy from the board, then I will write the formula. How to know that how many subsets a set has? For that a formula is there. So I was knowing in advance only I'm going to get 8 subsets only. So I will write that formula. You copy from the board. Have you completed writing from the board?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
so infinite sets cannot have subsets.
No, they have subset, but again, infinite set has infinite elements. So the number of subset also will be infinite. We will not be able to write all the subsets, but it will have obviously infinite subsets.
Okay, sir.
Because they have infinite elements. So obviously the subsets will be more than the elements. They will have subsets, but we cannot mention all the subsets.
Okay, sir.
Shall I continue?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you
Yes,
can.
sir.
Now the result also you can write from the board. Result. If a set, any set you can name, set A has n number of elements. If a set A has n number of elements, then it has 2 to power n number of subsets. Every time this result is true, obviously n is a natural number because number of elements cannot be decimal and all. So if a set has n number of elements, then obviously it will have 2 to power n number of subsets. Like in the example which I gave, the set was having 3 elements, and then it will have 2 to power 3, that is 8 subsets, 2 into 2 into 2. And we have already verified it was actually having 8 subsets only. So if a set has n number of elements, then it has total 2 to power n number of subsets. The people can ask something.
Sir,
Tell.
sir, is there any certain proof for this?
Proof also is there. You want to know?
Yes, sir.
Okay, proof. If a set has n number of elements, then it has 2 to power n number of subsets. What can be the proof? Wait. See, I will try to prove, but I don't know how much you will understand because that proof needs knowledge of combination, permutation, which you will study later part of 11th standard. But then also I will try to prove. Okay, if possible, you can learn now, or when we study permutation, combination, the chapter next to next chapter, then you can understand more thoroughly. Some girl was telling something. Tell me,
No,
student.
sir, this is applicable for all the type of sets, right, sir?
This is general result.
Okay, sir.
Every time it is correct, but obviously if number of elements are infinite, means there is no meaning, because 2 to power infinite means what? Again infinite. One boy is telling me to prove this, so I will try to make you understand, but I don't know how much you will understand, because for this some knowledge is needed which is taught in the coming chapters, but it will be easy. I will try. Proof. Suppose let set A has n number of elements. So which element? Suppose it has anything, A1, A2, A3. N number of element means last element will be what? An. Student, set A has n number of elements. First element is A1. Means it can be anything. It can be table, chair, anything, human being, anything. So first element is A1. second element is A2, third element is A3, A4, A5, last element is AN. Now I want to make subset. Subset means I will make. Suppose first subset is what, students? A1. Tell me one subset.
A1,
Only A1. One more subset.
A2,
A2. This way it will continue. So suppose AN is AN. Then I can make more subsets. I can make pair of 2, 2. Correct na? Are you understanding or not?
yes, sir.
Yes, correct na? Or I can make one more like this way. I can make pair of 3, 3 or group of 3, 3. Are you understanding? Then group of 4, 4. Then group of 5, 5. But students, you try to understand what is the, this is not the proof. Proof will be here. What is the option? Now, you take any set, student. You take any subset. Sorry, you take any subset. I will take one subset B1. Named. Now, in this subset, what we can write in this subset? So, can I write A1?
It's already there.
No, I can write A1 now, and I can write something else also. Don't see this one. This was just an example. So I will do the proof now. Now suppose I write a random subset B. So in this subset, what I can write? Shall I write A1?
Yes, sir, you can.
I can write A1, or option is I may not write A1. Correct now?
Yes, sir.
What about A2? Can I write A2?
Yes, sir.
Or I may not write A2. Can I write A3?
Yes, sir.
Or I may not write A3. I can write A4, I may not write A4. This means to construct a subset, each element has how many options?
Two options.
Two options. In every subset, suppose I make a subset like B1. I can write A1 or I cannot write A1. So I will write A1. I may not write A2 or I can write A2. So I will not write A2. Suppose I write A4. Okay.
Sure.
I will make one more subset. In that also, I can again write A1. I can again write A4. I write something else because same thing cannot be there now. I write A5. Means in every subset, each element has how many options?
Two.
Two options. Two options. Now what happens? To make a subset, A1 has how many options? Hello? To make subset, A1 has how many options?
2, sir.
2.
2. What about A2?
2.
2. What about A3?
2.
2. What about AN?
2 into
2. So how many 2s are there? How many 2s are there?
n number of 2s.
So 2 to power n. Total number of subsets is 2 to power n. You will understand more when you study in detail the chapter called permutation combination, where this type of, actually this question belongs to that chapter only. You can see your textbook or this one. I don't think they have done the proof in that chapter, but in permutation combination chapter they may have done. So to make subset, each element has two options, whether it can be present in a particular subset or it may not be present. So this way, first element has two options, second 2, third 2. So multiply all. So we'll get 2 to power n. This way we can find the number of subset of a set which has n number of elements. I hope to some extent you may have understood.
Yes, sir.
Shall I teach again?
No, sir.
You will understand, don't worry. You will understand more when we study permutation combination, which consists of this type of sums only. One boy has asked this doubt. That boy, what is your name, student?
Sir, Nagabhushanam.
What is your name?
Nagabhushanam.
So, to some extent, did you understood the proof?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, okay. So, if a set has okay, this result also you have written, you have already wrote. Okay. Now next result write down. So here, if set A is subset of set B, if set A is subset of set B, then we say that set B is superset of superset of set A. Student, means it is same. It is another way to tell the same thing. If we say A is subset of B, the same result we can say B is superset of A, and we write it as B superset of A. Means B superset means write B first, superset of A. Just it will get flipped the symbol. Example. Now set A is 1, 2. Set B is -1, 1, 2, 3. So obviously A is subset of B. There's no doubt because all the elements of set A are also present in set B. So if A is subset of B, then we say the same result as B is superset of A. Means A is subset of B, means same thing you can say as B is superset of A. So result is every set is superset of itself. Every set is superset of not subset. Every set is superset of itself. Every set is superset of itself. Students, you can go through it and you can ask some doubt if you have. Don't hesitate. Tell.
As we write, if we write A is subset of B, then we use imply symbol before, right?
Not like that way. Imply, that time I wrote imply means simply I wrote imply. That is not necessary. Means A, all the elements of A are in B means A subset of B. I think that time I wrote imply. I don't know why, but that means it was not necessary imply. Imply
Yes.
doesn't matter. You can directly like A subset of B, or you can write B subset of B superset of A. Imply
Okay, sir.
symbol has no significance.
Okay.
That there I may have written that since all the elements of set A are in set B, that implies that A is subset of B, but it was not having any significance.
Yes, sir.
Other student?
Sir, the symbol of subset and superset are the same.
No, not same now. See, can you see this part? Right here. How to read this? Tell me.
A is the subset of B.
But superset means you are writing this way now. Are both same?
Oh, okay.
Are both same?
No, they aren't.
Different now. A subset of B, B superset of A. Both are different. B should come first.
Okay, sir.
Any other doubt? People, any doubt is there?
No, sir.
No, sir.
I hope. Tell me. I hope
Sir.
you have. Tell.
Sir, can you explain the third point? How is every set superset of itself?
Because every set is okay. I'll explain. See here, set A is suppose some element A, B, C. So, do you agree with me when I say A is subset of A? Because all the elements of set A are also present in set A according to definition. Because in set chapter you have to learn the definition, then only you can understand. Do you agree A is subset of A?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The A is subset of, suppose what I said. I think you can see here also. A subset of B means B is superset of.
Yeah.
So A is subset of A means what? Same thing. A is superset of. Think over it. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Because A is subset of B, the same sentence you are writing in one more way. When A is subset of B means B is superset of A. Like I say, there are two boys, boy A and B. A is taller than B. The same thing I'm saying, B is shorter than A. Correct now? So A is subset of A means A is superset of A also now. Is it difficult?
No, sir.
Also.
Sir.
don't worry about me. If you say to explain again, I will explain. I don't mind.
No,
Shall
sir,
I-
we got it.
No, sir. We
Understood now. When A is subset of B means B superset of A. Every set is subset of itself. So every set is superset of itself. There's nothing big in that. Okay. Now write down proper subset. Proper subset. Proper subset. If set A is subset of set B, but set A is not equal to set B, that is A subset of B, but A is not equal to B, then we say that A is proper subset of B, and write it as A subset of B. The below line we don't write. This means A proper subset of B. Example, don't write the example. Example is only to make you understand. Suppose the set is 1, 2. I write the subset A1, 1. Sorry, student. A1, 1. A2 subset 2. A3 null set. A4 1, 2. Student, I hope you have copied from the board. I will explain again. Suppose I have set A 1, 2. Various subsets are. What are the subsets of set A? I think people can now, you people are able to write the subset. So set A has subset what? A1 is 1. This is one subset. One more subset is 2. One more subset is null set. One more subset is 1, 2. Now student, which kind of subset is A1? Proper subset or improper subset?
Proper.
Proper, because A1 is not equal to A now. A1 is subset of A but not equal. A2 is also proper subset. A3 is also proper subset. But A4 is what? Improper subset, because A4 is subset of A, but even A4 is equal to A, because every set is subset of itself. When a set is subset of a set and also equal, then we say it is subset, but it is improper subset. And if it is not equal, means it is proper subset. Very slowly I will explain again. Student, very simple. When a set is given, you can write its subset, and we know how many subsets it has, 2 to power n. But in all those subsets are classified into two types. One is proper subset, one is improper subset. Proper subset means all the elements of the subset should be present in the set. But what happens, sometimes it happens that the elements present in subset and the set are same. That time it is subset, but it is not proper subset, it is improper subset. And if it is proper subset, we write it as A subset of B, and we don't write the below line, that much only. You can read and then you can ask some doubt. These all are proper subset. Whereas this subset is improper subset. Improper subset.
Sir, so every set can have only one improper subset.
Correct. Every set can have only one improper subset. All other subsets are proper subset only. That time we write this way. Just the below line we don't put.
So, So even for proper subsets, can we draw the line? Or do we
Proper
have to
subset,
not?
no, proper subset we don't, symbol is same, only one below one line is drawing, I'm drawing now. That line you don't draw in proper subset.
Oh, we should not.
We should not. See, we don't now. We say that A is proper subset of B and write it as A subset of B. We say subset only, or see, it is not so often used. So usually we say subset, but strictly speaking, we should say A is proper subset of B. Here we say A is subset of B. Here, or A is, yeah, we can say anyway, improper subset of B, A is subset of B. Proper subset of B.
Sir, improper subset, do they have a symbol like the one which I've given? A is a proper subset of B, so there should be a symbol for A is an improper subset of B also, right?
Here is there on this one. Can you see my marker?
Sir,
A.
That's the symbol of improper subset.
Improper subset. But as I told you now, in some question it is actually very strictly we have to use a symbol. Otherwise we can write this also doesn't matter. The subset only. Wherever sometimes we have to strictly differentiate between proper subset and improper subset. Then for proper subset we use this symbol, and improper we use this symbol. As a whole, for subset we can use any symbol, but doesn't matter that much. But strictly speaking, this is for proper subset, this is for improper subset. Suppose sometime we are not sure whether subset is improper or proper, then use this symbol only, the first one. I hope I'm clear now, or I'm confusing you people. It is not like we should be very particular. Sometimes some question, hardly any question is there, but then also we should know this is symbol for A subset of B without the line. That is proper. This is improper. Any other doubt?
No.
No, na. Students, if you have Adi Sharma, a textbook or PDF, you try those sums also. And you can ask doubt from those sums also. I will also do some sums from Adi Sharma, but today I have not got Adi Sharma, so I will do sums from NCERT, but you can try. Or if you have other books, high level books, you can do sums from there also. Even I will do sums. But obviously there is no meaning to suddenly start high level. Let us first complete the NCERT sums. So then I will also bring some sums from other books. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So coming with this knowledge, we can do exercise 1.3. Student, take out your textbook or PDF. There's one more concept actually. Wait, let me teach one more concept, then I will go to exercise. I'll teach one more concept, sorry, then I will go to exercise. Write down next concept is power set. Power set. The collection of all the subsets of a set A or any set. The collection of all the subsets of a set A is called power set of set A, and it is denoted by P of A. Student, you know very well what is set. Set is collection of well-defined distinct objects. Now students, what happens? If we do the collection of all the subset of a set, so those collection also represent a set. Which set? Those collection represent power set of the set, and it is noted by P of A. If I give an example, you will 100% sure you will understand. Suppose I say set A is A, B, C. Suppose set A contains 3 elements, small a, small b, small c, and I have to write the power set of set A. First of all, power set of set A is denoted by P of A. But what does power set consist? Power set consists of all the subset of set A. So I will write all the subset of set A. And you know the procedure how to write subset. Subset means like this way. I hope you people know the procedure to write all the subsets. Do you people know or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I am writing all the subsets. How many subsets is possible to write now?
8.
8. Because it has 3 elements, so obviously you cannot write more than 8. So you know that null set is subset of all the sets. So you can write null set also. This way also you can write null set. This is 7. And every set is subset of itself. Still here in the example, don't see the statement. In the example, I have written all the subsets. Is there any doubt how to write the subset, or you understood?
Understood.
Understood. Now, collection of all these subsets will again constitute a set. That set is called as power set. Because at the end, set means collection of objects, any object, well defined. So collection of all these sets also is a set called as power set. So power set of A. Power set of A is equal to, set means I am writing in roster method. You know how to write in roster method? We have to put curly bracket or flower bracket, and we have to write each and every element and separate them by commas enclosed between flower bracket. Like power set of A, P of A is equal to flower bracket. What is the first element?
A.
Flower bracket A. Don't write only A. Flower bracket. This is complete one element because it is collection of all the subset. Subset is not A. Subset is the flower bracket A. What is the next element? Flower bracket B. Flower bracket C or curly bracket C. Next element is curly bracket A comma B. Bracket also you have to put B comma C. A comma C. Null set. Null set. What is the last element? Curly bracket A, B, C. Now, again flower bracket. Now, collection of the elements are set itself, but collection of all these elements again is a set called as power set of A. The collection of all the subsets of a set, collection of subsets of a set is a set called as power set of A, denoted by P of A. One example I have given. This way you can proceed, you can copy and ask 1 or 2 doubts.
So what's a universal set?
Can you repeat your question?
What's a universal set?
After this, next concept, universal set. Obviously, I cannot teach 2 things at a time. The power set is over, then I will teach universal set. You tell what doubt you have in power set. Then I will teach universal set. Then you ask doubt in universal set. People copy fast and ask some doubt in power set. Power set of a set means collection of all the subset of that set. Shall I take one more example and make you understand?
It's fine.
Sir, we understood, sir.
Just collection of all the subsets. Shall I proceed? Go to next concept.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And no doubt now, sure.
Yes, sir.
Again, I am repeating. I told yesterday also. You don't think about me. You ask doubt. I will tell the answer. I will not feel bad. Shall I erase the entire board?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next concept, as one boy was telling me, is universal set. So write down, then I will explain. Universal set. Universal set. Universal set. What is universal set? I'll tell you. When some sets are under consideration, when some sets, plural, when some sets are under consideration, then it happens that all the sets under consideration are subset of all the sets under consideration are subset of one of the set. That particular set is called as universal set. Universal set is denoted by U, capital U. We use capital U to denote universal set like this way. This you can see, usually we say like this way, capital U, but sometimes we put it like this mark, small mark. Capital U only as a whole. Right, and then I will explain. Student, it so happened, just write down and keep on listening to me. It so happened that some situation will come when at a time we are discussing not one set, at a time we are discussing two sets, three sets, more than one set. So it sometimes happens in some situations that at a time we are considering 4 or 5 sets, more than one set. So among those 4 or 5 sets, there will be always one set of which all other sets are subsets. That particular set of which all other sets are subsets is called as universal set. Now, student, it is not like some designation that one set is called as universal set. No, it depends on what sets we are discussing. From one situation to other situation, the universal set will keep on changing. I'll repeat again. What happens, student, in some situations, at a time we have to discuss 3 or more sets, means more than one set, sometimes 5 sets, 6 sets at a time, or 3 sets. So it so happened that among that, suppose we are discussing 5 sets at a time. Among those 5 sets, there will be one set of which all other sets are subsets. You know the meaning of subset, means all the elements will be present in that set. Then that particular set of which all other sets are subsets is called as universal set. Universal set is denoted by capital U. Example I will give. Example. Suppose we are discussing sets. You know how to represent set of natural number with symbol?
Yes, sir. Capital N.
Suppose we are discussing the set of, just I like capital N. Capital N means set of all natural number. Set of whole number, student?
W.
Set of integer?
Z.
Z.
Z. Suppose we are discussing these 3 sets. What is the set? Collection of all natural number, collection of all whole number, collection of all integer. These 3 sets we are discussing. Now tell me, among these 3 sets, which is the set of which other sets are subsets?
Integers.
Integers.
Integer is the superset. Means all other sets are subset of integer, because all natural number are integer, all whole number are integer. So you can easily understand that natural number set and whole number set are subset of integer. So in this case, therefore, Z is the universal set. Universal set. Like if you are discussing set of natural number, set of whole number, set of integer, means set of integer is universal set. Second example, suppose we are discussing set of natural number, whole number, integer, and rational number. Then who is the bigger set of which other sets are subset?
Sir, rational numbers.
Rational number. Then that time what happens? Integer will not act as universal set. Who will become universal set?
rational numbers.
Rational numbers.
Rational number set. That's why I told you. It depends on what we are discussing. On that, universal set will keep on changing. It is not like something you will always remain universal set. Nothing like that way. There's no designation. It depends on what we are discussing. Suppose we are discussing Q is the universal set. Suppose we are discussing now natural number, whole number, integer, rational number, real number. Then who is the universal set?
Real number.
Real numbers.
I think you know what is a real number, na?
Yes, sir.
You know now. Then obviously all natural number are real number, all whole number are real number, all integer are real number, all rational number are real number. So real number is a superset, and all other sets are subset of real number. So real number is universal set. Suppose students, hello.
Yes, sir.
Suppose we are discussing our one set is your school. Your school is one set, and class 10th is one set, and class 10th A is another set. So who is the superset? Who is the universal set?
School.
School, because that is a bigger set. Because class 10th and section 10A all comes under school. So this is a few examples. I think it is very simple concept. Have you understood or not?
Sir, I have a doubt.
I will ask you.
Can is a superset and universal set the same thing?
No. Not same thing, student. Like in books, what they will say here, it's not same thing. Like in superset, how many sets will be there in superset? Student, when we are discussing superset, how many sets will be there? Two only now. If I say set A is subset of set B, then B is superset of set A. Correct now?
Yes, sir.
But universal set means there will be more than one set. There can be 3 sets, 4 sets, 5 sets. Then what will happen? The bigger set or the set which is superset of all the sets. All the sets means how many it may be, 10, 20, what. Then that bigger set or superset is called as universal set. But normal set, there's a huge difference between superset and universal set. Superset usually we talk about when there are two sets. Suppose I say set of natural number and set. Can you see the board now where I am writing?
Yes, sir.
Natural number and whole number. So who is the subset?
Natural numbers.
Natural number is subset of whole number. Since natural number is subset of whole number, so whole number is called what? Superset of
Superset.
Natural number. So obviously, if you only talk about these two segments, whole number will be superset also as well as universal set also. So obviously, the bigger set means. I think you are understanding what I'm saying, now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So student, what happened? Obviously, universal set will be the bigger set, but universal set we talk about when there are many sets, not only two sets. There can be 3, 4 sets. In that, who is the superset of all the sets? That superset is called as universal set. But both are different things.
Okay, sir.
When somewhere you have to write universal set, you cannot write superset. Means you have to write universal set only. You will understand. Don't worry. Anybody else has some doubt? Anybody else has some doubt? No doubt. Now we can do the next exercise of textbook. If you have PDF or textbook, open the exercise 1.3. And as I told earlier, also I will repeat myself that RD Summer also you try. With this knowledge, you can do any book, no problem. Can you see exercise 1.3?
Yes, sir.
Only one student is telling yes, sir. What about others?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See the first
Yes,
main.
sir.
See the first main. Okay, one more thing is there now. Okay, no problem. Let us do, then I will teach. Can you read can you people read in your mind? I will read loudly. Make correct statement by filling in the symbol. What is the symbol? Subset or
Not a subset.
Not a subset. That I didn't told, but it is easy only. So if it is subset, you have to write that symbol. Not subset means the other symbol in the blank space. You people know very well what is subset. If it is not subset, if a set is not subset means the other symbol you have to use. So it is very simple. Tell me which part I have to do, or I can do all the parts. First you try, and then you can ask in next class. Which one I should do randomly? You tell me.
Fifth one.
All are easy. I will attend all the doubts when you in the next class. Which one? Shall I do
One.
sixth one and seventh one? Shall I do?
Yeah.
But it will be easy. That is sure. Sixth one, I'm writing the question on the board as well so that you can understand. What is the first set? X such that X is an equilateral triangle in a plane. Means collection of all equilateral triangle in a plane. Then there is a blank. And what is the other one? X such that X is a triangle in the same plane. Student, first set is collection of only equilateral triangle. Second is collection of all type of triangle. So do you think that the first set is subset of the second set?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because second set is all type of triangle, equilateral, obtuse, acute, right angle, isosceles, everything. And the first one is equilateral only. So obviously you have to write the symbol subset, not subset. Is it difficult? Hello?
No, sir, it's not.
Coming to seventh one. Seventh one, you tell the answer, you people tell the answer. X such that X is even natural number.
It is a subset.
It is a subset.
It is a subset.
Very simple. You try the remaining sum. Remaining sum also will be easy. Otherwise, we can discuss in the next class. Coming to second main. Second main also very simple, student. They are given subset and not subset. You have to say true or false. Like first option. Second main, first option, student. First part. What is the first set? A comma B.
False.
False.
Second one is B.
False.
So obviously it is subset, but they have written not subset. So it is false. This way you have to do the sum. Shall we go to third main or shall we do more sum?
We'll go to third.
Shall we go to third main? You try and again I can discuss all these sums if you have doubt. Or shall I do some more sum? You can say second main which one I should do.
It's fine, so we can go to the next one.
Very simple. Third main, you see. Third main is also easy, but a little bit of teaching is there. Third main, you people concentrate. Say what is set A, student? Set A consists of the elements. Which elements? 1, 2, flower bracket, 3, 4, flower bracket close, 5, again flower bracket. Which of the following statements are incorrect and why? Which is wrong statement? First one is 3, 4 is subset of A. Answer. Students, I feel you people are alert now. See on the board, all of you. What are the various elements of set A? One of the boys tell me the answer. What are the elements of set A? Hello? Hello?
So I have a doubt. Is 3 and 4 considered one element?
I will tell, then you ask doubt. I will give you opportunity to ask doubt. The boy is not there. Hello?
Hello, sir.
What are the elements of set A?
So 1, 2, then 3, 4, then 5.
How many elements are there?
4.
4. Very good. Excellent. First element is 1. Second element is 2. Third element as a whole it is 3, 4. This is 1 element. This is 5. Fourth element. There are 4 elements. So the first one is 3, 4 is subset of A. Is correct or incorrect?
Correct.
No, sir.
Correct or incorrect?
Sir, incorrect.
Incorrect, because it is not a subset. It is a element cannot be subset of A. Now. Element belongs to A. Are you understanding or not?
Yes, sir.
See, even subset means it should be a set. 3, 4 is not a set, so it is incorrect. Incorrect because 3, 4 is an element of set A. That is 3, 4. What I should write? Which symbol I should write, student?
So belongs to symbol.
Belongs.
C and then one.
Epsilon. Belong A. 3, 4 belong A, not subset. Have you people understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So copy down and come to second part. What about second part? Is it correct or wrong?
Correct.
So I have a doubt.
Tell
Sir, I
me.
have a doubt.
Tell.
So why did they use like the curly brackets to group 3, 4?
Elements can be anything, a student. See, listen properly. Set means collection of well-defined, distinct objects. Object means it can be anything. Are you understanding? It should be well-defined. That much only is the condition. So they took the first element as 1, second element as 2, but third element they took as flower bracket 3, 4. But elements can be anything. Now, what is the problem?
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm clear. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
But I cannot hear you. What happened? Tell loudly.
It's clear. I understood.
Element can be anything. And they wrote 3, 4 so that students get confused also. That's why they gave that. Obviously, people are getting confused. That's why. Wait, my Bluetooth is little loose. I will tighten it, then I will speak. Students, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Sir. Yes, sir.
Are some more doubt? No doubt now?
No,
doubt, sir.
Because element can be anything. What about second part? Is this correct or wrong?
It's
correct, sir.
It's correct.
What about third part?
Correct.
That's correct.
It's correct,
It's
sir.
Correct.
It is correct because they put.
Yes, sir. It's correct.
अभी आ रहा दिक्कत थोड़ा. So third part they put 2 brackets. Then it is a 3, can you see the 3, 4 is the element. But if you put one more flower bracket, what it becomes?
Subset.
Built-in set.
Set or subset. Subset is also set. So it is correct. What about fourth part? 1
It's
belongs
correct,
A.
sir.
It's correct.
What about fifth part? 1 is subset of A.
Incorrect.
No, it's not
One
correct.
means you have to put flower bracket, then only subset, because subset is also set. If you write just 1 means what? Nothing. So what about 11th part? 11th part, tell me.
Yes, the 11th one is also correct.
No, it's a
11th
null set.
also is
Correct.
11th is correct or not?
False.
No, it's a
11th
null
is,
set, right?
what about
Correct,
10th part?
Correct.
11th one we'll see later. 10th one you say. 10th one.
It's correct. 10th is correct.
10th is correct.
If
11th
10th is correct, then
false.
11th has to be wrong.
10th is wrong.
11th is wrong.
10th
sir.
is wrong because 10th is
10th
shown
is
as an
right
element.
and 11th is wrong.
Correct.
Wrong.
Correct.
Null
Yeah,
set
yeah,
is subset.
10th is correct because null set means 5 is a set only. There's no need to put flower bracket. Are you understanding?
Okay,
Hello?
so fine.
Okay.
5 is null set. There's no need to put bracket. 10th one is correct. 11th one is wrong. And 9th one,
Incorrect.
incorrect. Because
Incorrect.
null set is a set, not element. Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Sir, we can.
Yes, sir.
Did you people understood all this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And see the fourth main. Fourth main, just read silently what they have told. Write down all the subsets. Can you write all the subsets?
Yes.
Can you write all the subsets?
Yes.
Which one I should do in fourth main? Tell me, I will do. Which one I should do?
Fourth one.
Fourth one.
All sums?
No, sir. Fourth one.
Fourth main, fourth part. Okay. Fourth main, fourth part. See, Bluetooth, some problem is there. What is it? Can you hear me, students?
Yes.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Just one second, okay? बस ये आपको कुछ सुनने की जरूरत नहीं है, ठीक है. हाँ, student, I should do fourth main, fourth part. Correct, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Student, I will
Yes,
do
sir.
fourth main first part, then I will do fourth part. Fourth main first part is what? It is a set which contains only one element. So what will be its subset? And how many it will be?
One.
Two.
Two to power
One
one.
is null set and
One is null set and one is the set itself.
A. Yeah.
One is the set itself. So this is over first main. First part. Coming to fourth part. Fourth part is null set. Null set means what? Answer. Null set means only null set only now. Null set means null set only. Null set and yeah, I think only this is correct. Only one set, na? But no, it should be two.
But it should have two, right?
Two, it should be two. So what can be the other thing?
Sir,
Sir, for
elements is 0 now, sir. So 2
0 is 1, sir.
0 is equal to
Very good.
Sir,
Null
it's
set,
only one null.
null set has how many elements?
Just
Zero.
one, sir.
Zero.
Just one.
Null set has how many elements?
No
Zero
idea.
elements.
Zero elements.
Zero
So
elements.
how many subsets it should have? 2 to power 0, that is 1. So this
One.
is correct.
Yeah.
Only one subset.
Only 1, that is correct. Because student, in first part, the set was having one element. So total number of subsets is 2. But here it has 0 element. So how many subsets? 1. Very good. Any doubt is there?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, na? Coming to, have you copied from the board?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Coming to fifth part, read silently. How many element has power set of A? You know, P of A is power set of A. If A is equal to null set. Student, what is power set? Power set means collection of all the
Subset of a set.
subset of the set. So the set contains null set. So how many subsets will be there?
One.
One.
One. So how many elements will be there in power set?
One.
One. So this is over. Sixth main, they are talking about interval, which I have not taught you. I will teach you now. What is the time now? Can anybody tell me?
456.
Tell properly. 4:30.
456.
4:56. Okay. We'll do 7th main, 8th main, and 9th main. Then we'll go to 6th main, because the theory part of 6th main I have not taught. 7th main, you see, students, what is the question? Write the following intervals in set builder form. So that also I have been taught you. I'll teach you, then I'll come to 6th main. Okay. I'll teach something now. Very simple concept I'm going to teach you. See the board. And important also. I hope everybody can listen to me, hear me. The concept is, write down intervals. 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 So, suppose I write, first one is closed interval. Closed interval. Closed interval. What is closed interval? Suppose I say, this way we represent closed interval. This is square bracket, closed interval A comma B. But what does it mean? It means collection of all x such that x is greater than equal to A, less than equal to B, and x belong real number. I hope you can see the board. If you cannot understand also, it's okay. I'll teach again. Second one is open interval, closed interval, open interval.
Sir,
No, I will attend your doubt. Let me teach first. Open interval. You write down, then I will teach, then you ask out. Open interval. This is like parenthesis, small bracket, A comma B. Collection of all x such that x is greater than A, less than B, and x belong real number. There are more two intervals. First, let me explain this interval. Students, stop writing and listen to me. This is important actually. Intervals on, you can write intervals or intervals on real number line. Intervals or intervals on real number line. Student, first one is closed interval. What do you mean by closed interval? Suppose I say closed interval A comma B. Here I write example also. Suppose I say closed interval 3 comma 5. Sorry, student. Closed interval 3 comma 5. If somewhere it is written closed interval 3 comma 5, this means all the real numbers, you know, there are infinite real number between any two numbers. All the real numbers from 3 to 5, but 3 also is included and 5 also is included. I'll tell 2 times, you listen properly. If somewhere it is written close bracket 3 comma 5, this means not 3 and 5, it means close interval 3 comma 5, which means all the real number from 3 to 5 and 3 also, 5 also, the boundary element also. Like I say, close interval A comma B means collection of all x, which x, such that x is greater than equal to A, less than equal to B, and what is x? X is a real number. All the real numbers from A to B, but A also, B also. But suppose it is written somewhere open interval A comma B. Open interval means we put a small bracket or parenthesis. So it consists of all the real number x such that real number from A to B. But the boundary elements are not considered, not included, they are excluded. All the real numbers from A to B. So x is real number. Like I say, open interval 4 to 7 means all the real numbers from 4 to 7, but not 4 and 7, excluding 4 and 7, but all the real numbers between 4 and 7. And as you know, how many real numbers are there between 4 and 7? Hello?
Infinite.
Hey, between 4 to 7, how many real numbers?
Infinite.
Infinite. So these are two concepts, closed interval, open interval. Now students, you can ask some doubts or questions.
Sir, this is only applicable for real numbers?
Interval means we talk about real number only. Intervals means real number. It is given. Given means it is understood that interval means real number only.
So in the example 3 comma 5, we can write 3 and dot 5. That way can we write?
No, but interval means this is the method. This is the procedure to write 3 comma 5. Suppose somewhere it is written like this way. Students, I hope you can see the board. Flower bracket 3 comma 5. Now, obviously there is a huge difference between 3 comma 5 and close interval 3 to 5, because curly bracket, flower bracket 3 comma 5 means how many elements? How many elements are there from 3 comma 5 flower bracket?
2 elements.
2 elements.
2 elements. But here in close bracket 3 comma 5, how many elements?
Infinite.
Infinite. That's why when you have to indicate only 3 and 5, you put in flower bracket. This is the language of mathematics. But if you want to represent all the real numbers from 3 to 5, which are infinite, show it this way. Close bracket 3 comma 5. When you want to represent, when you want to consider 3 also, 5 also, put close bracket. When you want to represent all the real numbers from A to B, but you don't want to consider the boundary elements A and B, then you put open bracket. Next doubt.
Sir, what if only one of the signs is less than or equal or more than? Like what if there's only one boundary element?
Student, can you repeat once again?
So what if there's only one boundary element?
Huh,
Like in the sixth question.
That's why I told there are two more. I will teach that one. That is, third one is, and fourth one. There are two more concepts. First, third one is semi-closed bracket, semi-closed interval, semi-closed interval, and the fourth one is semi-open interval, semi-closed interval, semi-open interval. So suppose I say like this way, semi-closed. So one side it will be closed, one side it will be open. Student, you can easily make it out. What does this mean? Collection of all x such that x is what?
Greater than
Greater than or
Greater than equal to a, but only less than
B.
Here it is parenthesis, small bracket. So here we don't have to put equal to. And if I say semi-open means like this way, A to B. Now parenthesis is in the beginning, close bracket is in the end. So it consists of all the real numbers such that all the real numbers from A to B, but A is not considered. A is not included, but B is included. X belong real number. X belong real number. I'll tell again. If it is semi-closed, means all the real numbers from A to B, A is considered, but B is not considered. This is semi-open means all the real numbers from A to B, but A is not included, but A is excluded, B is included. It is not like very tough. It is easy only. You can ask some doubt. Hello?
No doubt.
Understood, sir.
Are you finding it difficult?
No, sir.
Easy, na?
Yes,
Is it
sir.
easy?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have you completed? Tell.
Sir, parenthesis A comma B itself is a set.
Second one.
No, sir. Any of these is itself is a set.
Itself is a
set.
Set. This means what? Collection of the first one is a closed interval. This means what? Set means collection of well-defined.
Sir, we can't hear you.
Sir, we cannot hear you.
Hello.
Am I audible?
No, sir. Not able to hear.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
it's very low.
Yes, sir.
Very low.
Can you
Volume is
everyone
low,
mute
sir.
your mic, please? तो सुनाई दे रहा था. हाँ, अभी just sent here. Thank you, sir. You can ask. Hello, students.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
close interval A comma B means all the real numbers, all the collection of all the real numbers from A to B, A also, B also is considered. Second one is collection of all the real numbers from A to B, but the boundary elements are not considered. But collection only, collection of real number means what? Collection of any well-defined object means set. So this all represents set. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I think we can do the exercise. See the exercise. 6th main, 7th main, 8th main, 9th main. See, all of you focus on 6th main. What is the 6th main question? Write the following as interval. Write the following as interval. What is the first part? Which part I should do, students? 6th main, which one I should do? If you say I can do all also, that is not a problem. Hello?
Fourth.
Which one?
The fourth part.
Fourth part.
Fourth part? Huh?
Fourth one, sir.
Fourth and?
First one.
First and fourth. again your voice is not audible, but I heard fourth and first. First is what? Tell me. What is first part, student? Read it.
Sir, set.
Semi-open interval. So
Sir,
X
set
such that X belong real number. X is greater than -4, less than equal to 6. How to write in interval? Answer is what? First I should put square bracket or parenthesis.
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 -4, comma 6, then close bracket. Is it difficult?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
The fourth part you do yourself. That is very simple. Can you do it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fourth part also easy. Coming to seventh main. Seventh main, read the sum. Seventh main, write the following intervals. Clearly they told they are intervals. Write in set builder form. As one of the boys told me that intervals are also set. So write the set in set builder form. I will do the first part, seventh main, first part. What is first part, student? Open bracket.
-3, 0.
You should read at open bracket -3, 0. So how to write in set builder method? We have to write the property. What is the property of real number? All the real number are greater than -3 and less than
0.
0. So you should write X such that X belong real number. X is
Belong to real number.
X belong real number. X is greater than -3 and less than 0. This is the set builder method to represent the interval. Is there anyone who has doubt? Hello?
No doubt, sir.
No doubt now?
No, sir. No doubt.
So 8th and 9th part you try yourself later. I'll go to next exercise. Doubt means definitely I'll attend in the next class. Coming to next topic, shall I go to next concept?
Yes, sir.
Now what is the time?
5:10.
5:10, sir.
Still time is there now. Now see here.
Yes, sir. 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Bluetooth is troubling me. Now listen here. Next concept is, see on the board, Venn diagram. Venn diagram. What is Venn diagram? Write from the board fast. Venn diagram. In order to represent the relation between the given set, in order to represent the relation between the given set, we represent them pictorially, by picture, pictorially. By pictures we represent the set. Venn diagram, in order to represent the relations between the given sets, we represent them pictorially. Called as Venn diagram. These pictures are called as Venn diagram. In Venn diagram, write fast on the board. In Venn diagram, universal set sets are represented by rectangle. Universal set is represented by rectangle. Sets are represented by circles, or you can use oval. Oval means X shape. Oval shapes. Oval shapes. Write down, then I'll explain. Is it over?
Yes,
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 sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it over?
Yes, sir.
So what is Venn
Yes,
diagram?
sir.
You will not understand now. When I draw Venn diagram, then only you will understand. So student, Venn diagram means sometimes to represent the relationship between sets, we represent the sets pictorially. By pictures, we represent the set. That representation is called as Venn diagram to represent the relation. What relation that I will teach you, but some relations will be there. To represent that relation, we use diagrams. That diagrams are called as Venn diagrams. When we draw Venn diagram, we have to represent universal set. Then we should draw a rectangle. If we want to represent a particular set, then you can draw circle or you can draw oval. Circle means obviously we don't have compass every time, so you can draw oval shape. I think this much is clear now, but how to draw that I have to teach you. Are the people listening to me?
Yes, sir.
Correct, now. If you're not understanding, is okay because I have not drawn that Venn diagram, but you'll understand. So let's continue.
Textbook, sir.
Hello?
Sir, we can see in textbook, sir.
You can?
See in the diagram in textbook, sir.
But I will draw also. Now write down one more thing. Like in the beginning of the class, one of the students asked me disjoint set. Actually, that we have to study later, but I'll teach that also. Disjoint set. Write down. Disjoint sets. Write down disjoint sets. Two sets A and B, are said to be disjoint if they have no elements in common. Two sets A and B are said to be disjoint if they have no elements in common. Example, set A is 2, 3, 4. Set B is 1, 7, 8, 9. Student, what happened? This is a new concept, disjoint sets. Now, what are disjoint sets? Obviously, when we talk about disjoint set, there should be minimum two sets. Two sets are said to be disjoint if they don't have any element in common, means no common element. For example, I wrote one disjoint set example. First set has 3 elements, 2, 3, 4. Second set has 4 elements, 1, 7, 8, 9. Can you find any element which is present in both the sets? Hello?
No, sir.
None, sir.
Nothing is common. No element is common. Then what about what you can say about the sets? They are
disjoint sets.
They are disjoint sets. One student asked me this doubt in the beginning. Have you understood, student?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what is disjoint set. Tell me.
Have no element in common. Two sets have no element in common.
If 2 sets or 3 sets don't have any element in common, same element don't have, even a single same element don't have, then they are disjoint sets. Any doubt is there?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No doubt now. Then write down
No,
note.
sir.
Note write down. I'll tell orally, you write down note. Shall I start dictating? Shall I start dictating?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
In Venn diagram, write down first point. In Venn diagram, in Venn diagram, disjoint sets are represented by non-intersecting circles. In Venn diagram, disjoint sets are represented by non-intersecting circles. Ask some doubt.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Tell students.
Why and where do we use the concept of sets in maths? Like, what is the use?
Use of?
What is the use of concept of sets in maths?
Student, actually what happened, actually by seeing the chapter, it looks like it is not useful, but everything is based on sets only. Whatever you study in 11th standard, 12th standard, higher thing, around 80% thing is based on sets only. You will realize slowly. Okay, so but mostly I cannot give a practical example, a practical use now, but most of the chapters are based on sets. That's why in the beginning only they are teaching sets.
Okay, sir.
It looks like very simple, what is the use, but most of chapters are based on sets. Is it okay or shall I tell more?
No, sir, fine.
It's okay, sir.
Okay. Students, as I told you earlier also, yesterday also, okay, two things I'll tell you, which I told already 2 times, third time I'll tell you. If you have any book, like R.D. Sharma or any high level book, you can try the sums. This much knowledge is enough. And even I will also bring some questions on that. But there is no meaning of teaching the high level questions first and not teaching the concept. Concept should also be important. So tomorrow onwards I'll bring some questions and we can complete the exercise. The next thing is about the chapter. When we studied in lower class numbers, what did we study? What is numbers? Then what we studied? How to write numbers. Then what we studied? Types of numbers. So now we have studied what is set, how to represent set, types of set. Now what is remaining now? Tell me. Algebra of sets. Because in school also we learn what are numbers. Then algebra of numbers, addition of numbers, subtraction of numbers, product of numbers, division. So here also there are some operations on sets. So we will study some operations on sets. Now write down heading operations on sets. Operations. Is it correct? Something is wrong, na? Hello?
No, sir. No, sir.
It's correct. Operation on.
It's correct, sir.
Operation on sets. Write down. Or algebra of sets. Algebra of sets. This is important actually. This concept, this topic is important. Algebra, this topic is only used more. Operations on sets and algebra of sets. First operation is union of sets. Union of sets. I hope you people are understanding what we are going to study. We are studying certain operations on sets. The first operation, what is the first operation on set?
Union.
Like in the numbers it was addition, but now addition, no addition, only union. So what do you mean by union of two sets? Write on the board and I will explain. Union of two sets, A and B is represented by student, pay attention on the board. Union of two sets A and B is represented by A union B. Now don't get confused. This is not universal set. Even this is U, but that's why I told that time. If you want to write universal set, but it will not be confusing. Universal set means write U only, just put a little line here, dash, so that you can differentiate. But this is union, correct? See, union also look like U only. So union of two sets A and B is represented by A union B, and if the set which contains all the elements which are present in set A or set B or both set A and set B. Mathematically is very important. A union B is collection of all X such that X belongs A or X belongs B or X belongs both A and B. Write down, then I will explain. Very simple concept. Is it over?
Sir, what?
Hello?
1 minute, sir.
Union of two sets A and B is represented by A union B, and is the set which contains all the elements which are present in set A or set B or both set A and set B. Mathematically, A union B is collection of all X such that X belongs set A or X belongs set B or X belongs both set A and set B. Is it over?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shall I erase the board?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now listen to me
Yes,
carefully.
sir.
Students, we are studying operations on sets, algebra of sets. Going back to school days, when you do operations on numbers, addition of numbers, student, when you add two numbers, what is the result? A number or something else?
A number.
When you add two numbers, you get numbers. Same way, when you do union of two sets, the answer is again a
Set.
set only. This means A union B is nothing like something not so much complicated. A union B is a set. Student, when you do operation on set, again the answer is a set. A union B is another set, or sometimes same also. But A union B is a set. Which set? The set which contains all the elements which belongs to set A. It also contains those elements which belongs to set B. It also contains those elements which belongs to set A and set B. Don't get confused with OR. OR doesn't mean that you have to take either set A or set B, which are present in, you can write here either also, which are present in either set A or set B or both, which are present in, you can use the word either, which are present in either set A or set B or both set A and set B. So now I will erase the board and explain more by taking example. Student, here, as I told you earlier also, definitions are more important. Suppose set A is 2, 4, 6. Set B is 4, 7, 8. Pay attention on the board. Set A is 2, 4, 6. Set B is what, student? What is set B?
4, 7.
4, 7, 8. Then we can find A union B. A union B means what? How to write? A union B. This way only. Don't know spelling. You don't write A union B. Now, what is A union B? Tell me. A union B is a
So the elements which are common in both the sets.
no, that is correct. But A union B is a set. Set means I should put flower bracket. Now
Yeah,
A
then
union.
2,
No,
4,
don't give
6, and
answer.
8.
It is very simple. Let me explain. You don't give answer. A union B is a set. So flower bracket. In this flower bracket, shall I write the element 2? Just say yes or no.
No.
Yes.
I should write element 2. Why I should write 2? Because 2 belongs set A. They told the definition. I should write all those elements which belongs to set A. So I should write 2. So I write 4.
Yes, sir.
Because it belongs to both. What belongs to both, that also I should write. So I write 6.
Yes, sir.
Because it belongs to
Yes,
set A. Shall I write 4? Because I cannot
It's
write 2
already
times.
there.
Already there, I cannot write 2 times. So write 7.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Because it
sir.
belongs to set B. I should write those elements also which belongs to set B. So this is the answer. A union B means 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Just learn the definition of A union B. A union B consists of all those elements which belongs to either set A or set B or both. So what happened? How I have done? I went from element to element. I should write 2 or not? Yes, I should write 2 because 2 belongs to A. So write 4 or not? Yes, I should write 4 because 4 belongs to both. But it is not so complicated, children. This is only to understand. Now listen properly. If you want to write A union B, don't think too much. Don't think too much. Write all the elements of set A. Don't think too much. 2, 4, 6. Then write all the elements of set B, which you have not written earlier, 7, 8. It is so simple. I'll tell 2 times, you remember. If you want to find union A, union B, what you do, don't think too much. Write all the elements of set A. Don't think too much. Then write all the elements of set B, which you have not written earlier. If you written earlier, what is the use of writing again? So that's why I wrote 2, 4, 6. Then I should write 7, 8. Is it clear, students? Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Friends, are you understanding? A union B means write all the elements of set. हो गया? एक minute. Write all the elements of set A, then write all the elements of set B, which we have not written earlier. Anybody has doubt in this?
Sir, I have doubt, sir.
Tell.
Sir, A union B is a superset of both A and B, no, sir?
Correct.
Okay, sir.
What is the next one? Next
So
doubt?
the order won't matter, right?
As I told you, in set order doesn't matter. So anywhere you write, no problem.
Okay.
Because A union B is a set only, student. Any other doubt? Hello?
No, sir.
No, because time is almost over. Tell me.
Sir, if A and B are same, like they have same values.
Same means A and B are the same only. Are you understanding?
Okay.
I will teach more. I will explain more tomorrow because sir is telling time is over. So thank you, student, and bye.
So there's class tomorrow
You have to ask her, sir. I don't know, student. Sorry.
because you said this tomorrow. You will teach the rest of the topic.
Yeah. So you should ask her. I don't know anything about that. Okay, student. You should confirm with her, sir. Bye, students.
Yes, sir.
Bye, sir. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Hello. 11 students.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any 12 students stay back. Class will start. Chemistry class will start.